Alright, hey guys, what's up? This is DizMaL from Skylight Arts, and I'm bringing you guys my first tutorial on layering and overlapping textures in backgrounds. You can also use this in speed arts and posters and banners or whatever the heck you're doing, but for the sake of this tutorial, I'm going to be doing it in a background. So I just did this really quickly. Sorry, just let me delete the other side. I did this really quickly. It's not like the prettiest thing, but it looks kind of cool, I guess. This is like what I'm going to kind of be showing you guys. So if you take out this text, just all these layers overlapped to create this kind of like effect, which gives you like a kind of like a pop-out effect or like a burst from behind the text. It looks really nice. So I've already prepared some text called tutorial schema 4D. So just let me delete this, start from scratch. Alright, so first just get your layout or whatever you're doing this on. I just made a gradient. If you don't know how to do that, go to your background, gradient overlay, switch this to radial, and change your colors. So I put that in there with my text. So I'm going to start throwing in some textures. So I'm going to first use this one. So first thing, I'm just going to create a whole separate thing called textures. Whoops. So you got your, let's zoom in, your first texture. What I like to do is hit Command or Control in U. It'll bring up your hue saturation. You're going to go to whatever color your background is, whatever color you want your textures, and you're going to change the color. I'm going to change it to about 85, alright? For this texture, you're going to go to the blend mode, change it to screen. That gets rid of all the black and it still leaves the texture, so I'm just going to position that right there. I'm going to duplicate this. I'm going to use this texture a few times. So I'm going to show the other side over here. I'm going to duplicate that again. I'm going to bring it up, and you don't want to always use this if you're using the same texture a few times, because like on like the side and top and different spots, don't always use it in the same position, because it just looks like really repetitive and doesn't look that good. So I'm going to use this one more time. So just like rotate it. So you're going to go transform controls. Whoops. I'm going to rotate that like that. Give it a little burst effect over the A. Alright, so that's a first layer I'm going to use. Then I'm going to shift and select all these. I'm going to merge them. Go back to the blend mode. Change it back to screen because it'll change it back to normal. Alright, so you have a simple little burst behind the text. That's only one layer. I'm going to put another one in there. I'm going to use this one. And by the way, all these layers are in the Skylight Arts GFX pack if you need them. So is this YouTube template. So if you want any of these, you like them. I like them. These are the ones I use the most. Just go in there. So again, Control or Command U, depending on if you have a Mac or PC. Colorize, red. Change this. I like this one at 100. Gives it a really nice effect. I'm going to throw this in this. Screen it. This texture is a bit different. It kind of goes all like red when you screen it, the outside, so it's no big problem. Just take an eraser and try to erase as close as the thing you can without eliminating all like the kind of the burst. So I think that's fine. So let's throw that in there right on top. I'm gonna duplicate this. I'm gonna use this one twice. I'm gonna rotate it this time. Like that. Alright. So as you can see, this is already kind of coming together really nice. You can see like this burst behind the text. It gets like a bright effect instead of just having your simple gradient with your text in it. It looks alright, but nothing special, you know. So let's put those textures back in. So the part I'm at right now, I'm just kind of throwing in like the main layers of the textures, but there's another part that I'll show you towards the end of this tutorial. So if you already have your textures laying in there and you want to see a cool effect, just fast forward to the end. I'm going to continue on here. So I got this texture I really like. It's like these balls, like these flares, these lines. I'm going to screen it, put it in my folder here. I'm going to rotate this one a bit. Whoops. Go like that. I'm going to give it a nice little effect there. I'm going to duplicate this. I'm going to bring it over to this corner. Rotate it this way. I'm going to flip this. Just because I want it like that. That looks kind of cool. So again, I forgot to merge this, but merge these layers, change it to screen, sorry. Go back to here, merge these layers, change it to screen. Alright, so you got your basic burst there. All using just screen textures and overlaying them. And yeah, so next one I'm going to use is this kind of like space abstract kind of texture here. It looks kind of cool. Like, it doesn't matter if you're doing a space background or not. It's not the whole aspect of the planets you're going to see. You're just going to see some cool effects when I throw this in. Watch. I'm going to layer it right there. On the very top, I'm going to overlay this, right? As you can see, because there's a lot of black in this photo, it kind of takes out all the background in the red and it just highlights the layers. So I don't want that right now. Later on in the tutorial, I'm going to do a little something like that. So I'm going to try to erase around this all the black that's cutting out that. Alright, so once you got that, as you can see, it kind of gives it a cool little texture as the light effect over there. Duplicate this, move it to this end, right there. You can kind of see the spikes from that coming out. That looks really cool. Duplicate this one more time, bring it over here, let's rotate this like that, throw that right there, right in the center, and erase this black over here. There we go. Alright, as you can see, different layers. You can make it look, oh, what the heck happened there? Sorry about that. Oh, that's why, never mind. Alright, so different layers kind of look at really nice texturized effect behind your text. So now, this is a cool thing that I like to use. I like to use this. You might think this is gay, all pink and green and frilly and gay, but it's not. You're not going to really see it as that during the end. So I'm going to Control U, Command U, colorize. I'm going to brighten this up. I'm going to make it nice and manly, nice and red. Change that to red. Bring it in here. I'm going to rotate it. Bring it to the very top of all my textures. Resize it. It's very large. Alright, make it just a tiny bit bigger. Ooh. It's small. Alright, that should be good. Just so it's covering all your textures. As you can see, like, that doesn't look good, but you're going to want to change the blend mode to overlay. And you can see it kind of highlights because there's not too much black in the middle. It doesn't look that good because it's just, there's not too much black. So when you overlay it, just like brightens everything and it looks kind of like choppy. But if you move it around, this is what I like to do, drag it to near the top of the texture so you kind of get that brightness right near the bottom, along with like the other aspects of the thing, like these kind of like little flares outside here, and it darkens all of the top of this, but it highlights just around the text. I'm just going to erase these hard edges right here. Oops, I erased too much. I think that looks right. So as you can see, you got this really cool burst behind your text. Like, as you can see, this thing that I just used here that you thought was gay, I didn't really use it so much for the whole cloud aspect in it, but more for like a color dodge. So as you can see, you get this really cool effect from that. Really highlights it and looks really nice. So that's pretty much it. You can get that. You can put in the curves. You can put a color correction on it. I don't think you need much. Oh, I don't think you need that much of a color correction on this. It already looks really bright and stands out a lot. But you know, I don't know. I don't know what you guys. You can play around with that. See what you like. And of course, you want this on the other side. Just duplicate it and flip it. That's pretty much it. I hope this is helpful. Yeah, so it adds a nice little effect to your backgrounds. Hope this helped, guys. More tutorials to come soon. See